Welcome back. This is Prep Recruiting Insider. PRI on WHNO TV 20, coming to you from Moe's Pizza on the West Bank in West Wego. Come to Moe's before, after the game. They can take care of you and satisfy any hunger you may have. I'm the head coach of PRI, Rick Daly, and I'm pleased to be joined by the I in PRI, the Mr. Inside of this operation, Renee Nato. And we are joined today by Dr. Tony Melito, the mind doctor himself from Winning Actions. Go to winningactions.com and find out all the great programs that Tony has. Tony, this has been several years. You've had a chance to visit us during Thanksgiving week. Thank you for joining us on PRI.
It's good to be here. Thank you all for inviting me.
Always good to be with you, Tony. And first of all, you focus a lot on from the shoulders up. And,
right.
And you know, the things, if a quarterback throws an interception, if you're playing basketball and you miss a free throw, getting burned as a defensive back, things that you have to let go, things that you can control, you focus on the things that the mind is more than the physical side of it.
Right, exactly. Most athletes, they need to know what have a mistake routine.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got a pre-game routine, you have a pre-play routine. I think you need a mistake routine also. So when a person makes a mistake or they make an error, they need to be able to let go of that error right away so that they can focus back in the here and now, back in the present moment, so they can perform and focus in on the process. There's different ways of really doing that, and it depends if you're actively on the field or if you're not on the field. Let's say you're in a sport where you have a chance, to kind of get your head together again before the next play. Well, I would suggest that they use the 3 R's, that they recognize that they're upset, and you only have 10 seconds to do it. It's called the 10-second rule. So you have 10 seconds to beat yourself up, to get upset, to get frustrated. Then after 10 seconds, you have to let it go. Then the second R is how you need to regroup. Get yourself back in the present moment. A way to do that, 2 easy ways, is by taking a centering breath, breathing properly. That's going to get you back into the here and now. Another way of doing it is called thought stopping. You need to stop yourself from any negative thinking. The last part would be the refocus. How do you refocus on things that are task relevant? Focusing on the process again. So that's a quick process. With repetition over time, it really becomes automatic. So that's just one way of helping athletes deal with mistakes and letting go of mistakes quickly. If you're on a field and you don't have that 10 seconds and this other process to do it, another suggestion would be is that you have to release the last play. And there's different ways of doing that. You could give yourself a physical cue. So if the play went well, you can lock in a good play just by by making a fist. If it wasn't a good play, you could wipe it off, swipe it away. So you have to give yourself a physical cue to release the last play. After that, you take that centering breath, you get back in the present moment, and then you focus on what's task relevant. You focus on the process, assignments, alignments, progressions, and so on.
And in talking about being able to let go of mistakes, in looking at the NFL this year, place kickers, especially with extra points, have had some real issues. In fact, there are several place kickers in the league that have a better percentage on their field goals than they do on extra points. So and we all know they can play.
Right.
Okay, they've established that they're capable of playing. But when a great player gets into a slump, so to speak, or he's got a series of mistakes that kind of keep building on each other, what can they do to get themselves back on track?
I think they need to ground themselves in a success-driven mindset instead of being locked into that fear-driven mindset. Oh, it's going to happen again. I'm worried about disappointing my teammates. I'm in this downward spiral. So they have to change to a success-driven mindset. And it's really about just going back, being in the present moment, and not overworking it. Not that you have to kick even more extra points to get your confidence back. You might be overdoing it. What you might want to do is back away from it and then just, readdress it as if, I did this before, I could do it again. Stick to the process. I've been there before, I can do it again. So I think it's important that their mindset is a success-driven mindset as opposed to the fear of failure, and that's what really could do a kicker in. So it's all a head game.
When is sports hypnosis an option?
Always an option. Hypnosis is really deep imagery work. And what a lot of people don't understand is that your athletic skills resides in your unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is the seat of your emotions. It's the warehouse of all your thoughts, everything you ever heard, said, touched, tasted, felt. That unconscious mind is where your skill set resides. So a lot of people don't realize you want to program the unconscious mind to be successful. Hypnosis allows you to move into a different state of mind, to a deeper state of relaxation, into a trance, fancy word for it, but all it is deep imagery work. And you programming, deleting stuff that you don't want there, but you want to program yourself for success. So hypnosis is always an option. I see it as a subset of sports psychology. It's a tool. It's not the end-all be-all, but it's a tool to help program your unconscious mind so that you can perform at your best.
And what makes you unique, Tony, is that you came to this profession from the coaching profession.
Exactly.
You didn't come from the lab where you're working with rats. You actually worked with people. Talk about some of the sports that you coached.
Yeah, I coached football and track. I was fortunate to be a student assistant and a graduate assistant at Nicholls State University under Sonny Jackson. And then I went to Vanderbilt Catholic and coached football and track there. I worked with Ozzie Blaze and Don Schwab, and had an opportunity to come back to New Orleans to Brother Martin, work with Bobby Collins, Chubby Marks, and his staff. So I have over 18 years of working with athletes.
Right. That's right, and that is so important. That is Coach. No, it's Dr. Tony Melito. We appreciate you being here with us again. That's Winning Actions at winningactions.com to get all the information. We'll be back after this.